Dave Filoni betrayed by Jon Favreau? Seriously? Seriously? I don't know, guys. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines, and indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day, and this is more of a relaxed show today. We're not going to go with our sidebar of topics because, well, hey, I just didn't have time to put them all together. So we're going to go through these stories that I've pulled one by one, and hopefully they'll all match up. Hey, who knows? Maybe they'll be all over the place. But we start off today's show by talking about that She-Hulk. Season 2 probably not happening. Bummer, man. She-Hulk star shares the reason Disney will not make Season 2. She-Hulk. Tatiana Maslany. Now, guys, we did full live watch-alongs for She-Hulks. And actually, I didn't hate it, but I knew that was probably not the best show that I watched. I liked it for more selfish reasons, because I'm a man, and I like green women. There it is, cut and dried. Pfeiffer says in the live chat, hey, how's it going? But the reason that it's not coming back, as apparently from what I've understood from these articles, is that the budget was around $200 million plus, and wow, for a TV show, for She-Hulk, really? Now, we knew that she was going to be entirely CGI, so that automatically bumps up the production costs, but yeah, Tatiana has come out in an interview with the new class via CBR, and when she was asked about the season 2 chances, she replied, quote, I don't think so. I think we blew our budget. And Disney was like, no thanks, close quote. Well, the series had a substantial budget of $225 million, right there, $225 million for its first season. Faced a mixed critical acclaim and fan criticism. Well, of course, he had all the men hate, all the haters out there saying, oh, she hates men and stuff like that. And they didn't even watch the first episode, and they're like, oh, it's misandry. They hate women, or they hate men, and they're going to put us down, and it's all social justice warrior stuff. And it's like, for God's sakes, man, just give the show a shot. And in fact, if you don't like it, then why are you going to watch it just so you can make videos about it on YouTube? Guys, I know that that's clickbaity stuff, and you're going to get traction. But you're going to get pigeonholed into doing that, and you're not going to be allowed to ever make videos about stuff that you like, because people won't care about the stuff that you like. They only want to hear you complain. So, anyway, She-Hulk, it's kind of a bummer. Now, I've said this because we just watched Echo, and I liked the Secret Invasion story. I understand that last episode, though, it went completely off the rails. But they can retcon some of that stuff. And I really like Miss Marvel. So what I've been saying is that, okay, these shows were under the old regime, right? They greenlit everything from the kitchen sink to have its own spin-off show. Now, some of them have been good. I liked Moon Knight. And as I said, I liked Secret Invasion, and of course, but nothing beats WandaVision. WandaVision's been the best. Nothing has come close. And then there's ones that I just haven't watched. Like, I think it's time for these lower tier heroes and villains, in Loki's case, to take their place in the proper place as side characters and characters that show up in the main character's stories. Like, from now on, okay, fine. Is she going to be in Captain America 4, then that's fine with me too. Like, that's how it has to go from now on, I think. Because not everybody needs to have a side character. And as much as I like some of the ideas in Echo and stuff, was that necessary? Was She-Hulk necessary? I thought that was. I had lots of fun with it, but it's like, well, at that cost, it's just not paying it back. So I can understand that if it was not going to come back, then yeah. 77% by critics, 32% by the audience. Now, this, as I said, a lot of haters out there. But I think it's probably because MCU set such a high standard for the quality of storytelling that when they got hit over the face with mediocre fare, they were kind of like, ugh, guys, this should be blowing my mind, but it's just kind of like meh. Now, yeah, there was the cloud of people out there saying that, oh, you can't have a female attorney because that's social justice warrior stuff, and I don't want to hear anything about that. I just want to watch my entertainment and be entertained. I don't want to have any kind of, well, if you did, she didn't really hit you over the head with that stuff when you watched it, so I had no problem with it. And we did that. We watched that, and I commented on that as we went through. So, if we don't get a season 2 of She-Hulk, fine, whatever. Chris Schubert says, "How is your day going?" Mine's going good. Busy day. Got up, did some grocery shopping. It was like -20 today here. For God's sakes, man. Hey James, I'm having a tater tot dish for lunch. Tater tot dish? Oh, nice. Next, Superman Legacy. Man of Steel will have a sense of humor, says one Rachel Brosnahan. And of course, Rachel Brosnahan is going to be playing Lois Lane. And David Cornsweet is Superman. A sense of humor, huh? Well, and you know all the outraged people are going to be running with this one, saying that, oh no, Superman should be serious and blah, blah, blah. Oh, for God's sake. Why can't we just talk about these things like we're casual people, casual movie fans, right? Why does everything have to be like the world is ending? Oh, no, Superman's going to have a sense of humor. The sky is falling. It's like, for God's sakes. Well, you know what? If it's like that kind of cynical sense of humor that James Gunn has infused in all of his films, then I have no problem with it. None whatsoever. Now, I don't expect him to be cracking jokes every 5 minutes or anything like that. But yeah, I expect that there would be a sense of levity to it all. And why not? And I'm really liking this cast. I am. Cornsweet, I think, is going to fit the role perfectly. Because I just rewatched Pearl, and he's so good in Pearl. Small role as the projectionist, but it's kind of like he's got that Clark Kent feel to him, right? He's got the right tone. So Rachel Brosnahan said this over an interview with E.T. Quote, I've really enjoyed the collaboration with James Gunn so far. Every single person involved in this production is such a perfect nerd for Superman. We all grew up watching the movies. Some of us were reading the comics. So I feel like it's being made with so much love. And I think Superman will have a sense of humor. Huh. Brosnahan will play Lois Lane. Yeah, we know that. We know that. So, we were excited to put both of our spin and things on honor the material we love so much. Yeah, she's going to be the perfect Lois Lane, I think. So, she's now in fight training. What? Oh, Cornsweet's now in fight training. Okay, I was like, why is she in fight training? I don't get that. But yeah, everything's riding high on this one, so I hope it delivers. Is that her? Oh God, she's stunning, isn't she? Wow. Rachel Brosnahan. I think she's going to knock it out of the park as Lois Lane. I'm looking forward to it. Chris Schubert says in the live chat, I've heard that the sequel for Teenage TMNT is going to be a terrible disaster again. What, for Mutant Mayhem? No, like people like the Mutant Mayhem movie. I can't watch it because of that animation style. I'm sorry, guys. I can't get over it again because it's going to be animation again. No, but I think that it's ripe for live action again. And used animatronics, man. Like, hasn't the technology gone further enough to use animatronics fused with CGI to take away like the jawline so you can't see through the mask or anything like that? It should be. And you can do it proper now and give us like good representations of like Shredder and Krang, right? Chris Over says, did you hear about the Star Wars Rey movie director probably quitting the project or reworking it for the different script, James? Yeah, I heard about rumors like that. I don't know if I pulled anything of that today, but we can talk about that towards the end. Next, Stranger Things fans further condemn Noah Schnapp after apology video. Well, what the heck's going on here? Noah Schnapp? Hashtag fire Noah Schnapp. Explaining his son. Oh, was he caught in some kind of controversy? What's going on with this? Stranger Things, Noah Schnapp faces backlash and calls for his firing after posting an apology video over past comments about, okay, that stupid war. James, that's not a stupid war. People are dying. Don't talk like that either. It's disrespectful. Oh, for God's sakes. Everything is so critical with everybody now these days. Melissa Barrera succumbed to some thoughts over that. As I said with her, guys, I know that it's a big, horrible thing happening in the world. But if you're in the limelight like I am, and there, all I would say is just, I hope that innocent civilians or innocent people don't die in this war. And that's all you should say. I know that you want to champion one side or the other, but you'll just get torn apart, because there's people on both sides that'll look for any little inch and then they'll take it from you. They'll come at me like saying that you shouldn't compare Society of Snow to Alive because it's so disrespectful. How dare you? I'm so offended. I deleted a comment today because somebody said that. Oh, I'm so offended that you're comparing Society of Snow to Alive. Well, I'm sorry. There was another movie out called Alive in the 90s that went over the same event, so of course I'm going to compare it. And yes, the majority of people are going to be calling it a remake. It's not meant to be disrespectful. They're not looking at your country and saying, oh, I'm going to persecute you by calling this a remake. That's not in our brains, man. So this is what I'm saying for these actors who are coming out and saying things about this particular war. I know it's in your brain that you mean good. I know it, but the casual people out there don't know it. And the people that'll just run and tear it apart. So anyway, it looks like it's kind of backfired on him. His apology was not well received. So despite his apology, fans continue to criticize Schnapp, questioning his sincerity and suggesting it is an attempt to save his role on Stranger Things. No, he's going to be part of the final season no matter. They're not going to fire him. He's a big part of the story, guys. And you can choose to boycott it if you want to. This ridiculousness, you're allowed to be offended. And you're going to be offended. You can't go through life without being not offended, right? If you don't like it, then just don't watch it. That's what I say. And that's what I find mind-boggling, where the people who are like, I don't like Echo. I think it's going to suck. I don't like She-Hulk because I don't like people telling me that girls are going to be lawyers too. Well, fine then. Then why are you watching a show about a girl that is a female lawyer then, if you don't like women in positions of power like that, right? Don't tell me what to do. I can do whatever I want. Even well, if you're going to do stupid stuff, then I'm going to call you out on it. If you don't like it, then don't do it. That's what I say. All right. I'm preaching here up on my soapbox. I don't mean to. Hey, it happens. Next. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom set surprisingly early digital release. Chris, did you know this? Mr. Schober? Are you going to get this one on 4K or Blu-ray? You know, I didn't hate this movie. Actually, I had fun with it. And if it was going to be on Disney Plus or something, or Netflix, when it comes around, I'll watch it again. Actually, I think I even liked it better than the first movie. I think I did, and a lot of that just had to do with the bromance between Patrick Wilson and Jason Momoa. So when is this coming out? Early is headed to digital much sooner than expected. It will be released on VOD and digital platforms later this month. Wow. So just a month turnaround? 30 days? The film has not performed well as its predecessor, grossing $375 million worldwide compared to its $1.1 billion for the original. There were concerns around Amber Heard's involvement. No, she was cut down. She wasn't in the movie for that much, guys, so I don't see that. January 23rd, VOD and digital platforms. Oh, that's just for the digital release. I guess, yeah, Chris, you like the physical media, right? I did not hate Aquaman. Let's go to the tomato meter for this. In the Lost Kingdom, but 34% by critics, 81% by the audience. Yeah, so see how lopsided that was? Critics were just, they were just going in with the mentality, I'm going to tear it apart. But whatever. It did okay with box office too, didn't it? Now it had a budget of around 230 million or something. So it's made its production budget back, but it hasn't broken even, guys, because as you know, on top of the production budget, you got marketing plus the percentages of what theaters take. So it's going to probably make around 475 to 500 million to break even. It's slowly inching there, but all of that that'll lose. Yeah, it's pretty much done its run. It's done its run as of January 23rd. It's done in 5 days, 6 days, right? It's done. All right, fine, whatever. Next, the court jester gets a first look at Pauly Shore in the Richard Simmons biopic. What? Now, I thought I recall rumors about this. I just didn't realize that it actually had come into fruition enough that that they actually filmed stuff for this. Um, Pauly Shore sort of sounds like him, doesn't he? I think you see. Then this would be a role that he was born to play. This is something like the way that people wanted Borat to play Freddie Mercury. This is like perfect casting, right? And could this be a return from Pauly Shore? So that's the teaser, huh? What do you guys think? Yes? No? No, I'm sorry that it's a little bit blurry. What can I do? It's 480 there. What are you doing? Yeah, there. It's not even all that much more crisp. It's a little bit darker there. He looks like him. And I hope that he can come back. Um, I enjoyed his movies in the 90s. When does this come out? The Court Jester biopic, first image. Let's take a look at that first image. Oh, we got a couple of first images. um, yeah. So how gritty is this going to get, though? Is it going to go into his private life and stuff? And who's this in the background? The Court Jester. First look. Pauly Shore's Richard Simmons. Premiering at the Cabin in the Park City, Utah, January 19th and 22. Really? Guys, that's in 2 days. What? So the movie's done, is what you're saying. It was shot and filmed and it's in the can and it's getting ready to premiere. The short will premiere at Sunday. Oh, it's a short. Okay. The short. We got our first images of the trailer. So it's not a full movie, it's just a short. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Biopic short. Huh. Next. Alex Winter gives update on Bill and Ted 4. I didn't realize that they were going to make a Bill and Ted 4. I thought after they made the fourth one, they were just kind of like, that was fun to step back in those roles, but yeah, it doesn't work anymore. But is there a fourth one? Alex Winter said the idea for a potential Bill and Ted 4 is an obvious one, but the screenplay still hasn't been written. Okay, well, if it hasn't even been written, then what the heck are you guys smoking? It was fun seeing them back. It was, but it lost all of that magic. It didn't feel like it had that same kind of edge to it, right? Um, it was just a curiosity. Bill and Ted 4 is in the preliminary stages of being planned, citing a trilogy writers Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon. The gang were tinkering with a fourth movie idea that all of us like, and the guys are going to write, and we'll see. I mean, it takes us time to get these things going and never want to do them unless they're great. We went to call the writers super talented and noted, but they've never been they've never been cash grab movies, so we'll make them as sincerely from a place of love and interest. Well, I don't know. Would you guys want to see a fourth one? Fourth Bill and Ted? I don't know if that's Face the Music. Let me pull up this movie here. Because I didn't hate Bill and Ted Face the Music. In fact, no, I got to turn off the, so you guys can't see it. Damn. Maybe if I pull it up on this. face the music. Yeah, San Dimas, right? On a green screen stage, but whatever. And yeah, Rufus's daughter. Yeah, forgot about that. I forgot that I fell in love with her, even though she's not in the movie that much. I liked her. I like that actress. I don't know why. Yeah. Could they make a third one or a fourth one? We'll have to see. I don't know. I kind of now want to watch this movie again to see. It was a little bit funny, wasn't it? Um, yeah, and to see these two back together again. Alice Winter's competent, so I don't see why not. We'll have to see. Artglass says Bill and Ted were a little too stiff in the last movie. Hopefully, the fourth outing won't be too. Yeah, a little bit stiff. That's a good call, Artglass. I could understand that because maybe they just weren't comfortable with like, are we going too far or not far enough kind of thing. You got to remember the first movies, they were both of them were absolutely ridiculous, right? And this one maybe tried to take it just a touch too seriously. But I'd watch another one. Why not? Next. Where are we at? Yeah, we already did the She-Hulk story, James. We don't need to do that one again. We already did the Superman story, James. We don't need to do that again. Next. Chad Stileski strikes a deal with Lionsgate to direct Highlander and oversee John Wick in the Highlander franchise. What? No, I thought that Highlander had already been greenlit with production set to start this year. What's going on here, guys? We know that Henry Cavill is going to be the lead in this, and now all of a sudden you're saying that he's struck a deal to direct it? We know that he was attached to it for the longest of times. My God, they're really dragging their heels on this one, and it's starting to frustrate me. Because it's not a hard thing to crack, guys. It's a simple story. They're fighting for the honor of Zeist. No, no, that's Highlander too. They're just like there's some drama there that can be explored. That yeah, we got to kill each other until there's only one of us left, and then we get the prize. And the prize is that you get to die. um, I don't want to see this movie. I do want to see it. I want to see who plays the Kurgan. Stileski strikes a deal with Lionsgate to direct Highlander and oversee John Wick and Highlander franchises. So he's going to overlook them. But as I know they're trying to get John Wick 5 off the ground, and I wish they wouldn't. Please, you don't have to burn everything into the ground. I know it's about money. I know it makes money, but if you're going to do it, set it between like John Wick 2 and 3 or something. Have another story with him going off with Halle Berry. You know, and have that be John Wick 5, but have John Wick's story end with chapter 4, because that was such a poetic ending. It was such, that's the way that John Wick should end. And to make him survive, it would just undo it. It'd be just kind of like bringing back Captain America and Tony Stark for more Avengers movies, even though they had a perfect send-off with Avengers Endgame. It was kind of like, well, it just undoes everything. Well, people would say, well, you still got those movies, James. Well, it still undermines it, and I don't like it. So please, no more John Wick unless it's going to be kind of like a prequel kind of thing. Or if he shows up in Ballerina, you know. I never watched the Continental series, so I don't know about that. That was like really far prequel, right? He wasn't even born yet. So it's kind of like, yeah, pepper him into other stuff, but I don't need a John Wick. Like his story is done. His arc is done. You can only have, yeah. Anyway, you guys know how I feel about this stuff. Right? I made my points. This deal expands on the great creative relationship we already have in place with John Wick and extends it to the Highlander franchises, says Joe Drake, the outgoing chair of Lionsgate. The outgoing chair? What? So you cut a deal and then I'm stepping down. What? From the outset, Chad has been a creative force defining the world of Wick as We continue to think about the further of that world. We want Chad working together with Basil Iwank and Erica Lee on Thunder Road as stewards guiding us towards every step. What the heck is he talking about? He's a true visionary, yes, and we're thrilled to have him in our corner. Well, good. I'm pleased to be able to grow my relationship with Lionsgate, he says. Yeah. Highlander is such a rich world and engaging stories to be told. Well, yeah, there is. There's the drama there, right? Of him falling in love, but everybody else. He's the man that could not die. That's the man who cannot die is such a fascinating concept because everything else dies around you. And you're going to be the only one left. And I've written a treatment about a story about a guy that doesn't die. It's a very interesting thing that I hope they run with it. I hope they do. And Chad Stileski, the action will be good at least, right? Next, talking about action. Matthew Vaughn shuts down rumors about Taylor Swift being the mysterious author behind Argylle. What? Argylle comes out February 2nd, guys, so it's really just around the corner. And I'm looking forward to it. Matthew Vaughn delivering with Henry Cavill, oddly enough, who's going to be our Highlander. Please. But whenever I see something with Tay-Tay, I'm going to look at the headline and see what happens here. Argylle director Matthew Vaughn quells rumors about Taylor Swift being the mysterious author behind the book that inspired his new film. What? Taylor Swift is many things, yes. And I'm going to see her this Sunday when her boyfriend's Kansas City Chiefs takes on my Buffalo Bills. And hopefully the Bills put them in the ground. There, I said it. The Chiefs, please, go away. We don't want you anymore. Rumors that Tay-Tay being the author of Ellie Conway, a pseudonym for the writer whose manuscript paved the way for the reported $200 million deal for the film rights, have been swirling on social media for months. You think that Tay-Tay wrote the book Argylle? What? She's busy, man. She's got a lot of on her plate that she would sit down and write a book that would be adapted into a movie. What? Quote, I'm not a big internet guy, and it was actually my daughter who came up to me. This is the power of celebrity and the internet, you said. You never told me that Taylor wrote a book, Vaughn told Rolling Stone. And I'm looking at her going, what are you talking about? Taylor Swift wrote a book? She didn't write the book. And I was laughing because it's not true. She didn't write the book, but my daughter was convinced of it. Yeah. It's again, one of those people who just like take a headline and twist it for whatever they want. You guys know I love Tay-Tay. I'm always going to look at her for the rest of my life. I don't care. Yeah. Even if Scarlett Johansson is sitting right here next to me and she's like, take down that Taylor Swift poster. Sorry, Scarjo, but it's not going to happen. What? I'm a Swiftie. I am. And I've been listening to a Reputation album a lot for the last couple of days. It's stuck on me for some reason. I think I want to buy the LP. Anyway, we'll have to see how this goes. I'll keep my eye on it, guys. we're edging closer to Argylle, as I said. February 2nd. What do you think about that? Can't wait for the Highlander and Crow remakes and wonder when Boy Kills the World will make an appearance. Boy Kills the World. I don't know what that is. Do I know what that is? That sounds familiar. Oh, yeah, that's that Bill Skarsgård one that was supposed to come out last year, but I don't know where the heck it has been. I'm very curious about this because of Bill Skarsgård. He looks ripped. Why is this not out? What happened to this? Where is it? Looks like it's come out a little bit. It's got 6.4 there on IMDb. Did it come out? No. Huh. Doesn't say release date. I didn't want to see this. Michelle Dockery. Oh, yeah, I got a small crush on Michelle Dockery. Mary from Downton Abbey. Could I marry a British girl, maybe? Why not? Hey, December 15th. Our birthday is only a couple days apart. Not that far away from Taylor Swift's birthday, huh? Fascinating. Anyway, I'm getting lost here. What am I doing? That happens. I don't even know what the heck we were talking about originally. Whatever. Next. I told you it was going to be rough around the edges today, guys. It is what it is. I just got home from work, so it's kind of like, and I got a load of laundry in right now. It's a busy day, and I'm working Thursday and Friday, but come join us Friday because we are going to be watching the season finale of Hell's Kitchen. Godzilla Minus One sets black and white release in theaters. The 37th entry Toho franchise is going to be in 1 week limited run starting January 26th, black and white. Now, guys, you know how I feel about these things. Unless it was filmed in black and white, just putting a filter over it, it doesn't work for me. And I've said this so many other times. That when you're shooting black and white, you light differently. And you light differently because you're just going for the color grades. You're going for the grade variances in the grayscale, right? And you want to have a much richer, vibrant way of lighting. That when you have color, then you're lighting for color because you're lighting. Well, the reason why I wear black shirts all the time is because my camera and my lights are set up so that I look clear, right? If I were to put on a white shirt now, all my white balance and everything would go out of whack. So it's kind of like that's why. So just simply making it black and white doesn't wouldn't change the tone or feel for me. I know that some people may get a little nostalgic about it, but it's this kind of movie where I would watch it again. Conjure minus one, minus carrot. What? Is that what she said? Anyway, you guys know how I feel about this stuff. I dig it. I dig Godzilla. I just don't dig the post black and white conversions. Anyway, wanted to see how that goes. Next. Scream 6 filmmakers ink genre movie financing deal with MRC. Radio Silence, the team Radio Silence. And they're going to have a movie called Abigail coming out here pretty soon, guys, about a vampire daughter. It's Dracula's daughter. Project X Entertainment and Radio Silence signed a production pact for horror and thriller films with MRC. Well, I guess they're not going to be working with was it Drowning Pool or whatever they're called, who did the Screams 5 and 6 and totally burned Scream 7 into the ground. Spyglass, right? Spyglass Entertainment. Drowning Pool. Yeah, they really screwed the pooch with that one. Whoever is the CEO of Spyglass should be fired right now. Gary Barber, Roger Birnbaum, you're done. Get out of here. We don't want you anymore. You just ran your company into the ground because you couldn't handle some actress speaking her mind on social media. But James, Jenna Ortega was stuck up with shooting Wednesday season 2. Well, if you want Jenna Ortega, just wait till she's done filming that because you probably still have it in as a clause in your contracts that she has to come back for it. So just move the production schedule, whatever. No, Jen and Melissa Barrera, she's just one of the casualties, and I hate that it had to be her because she was so good, and I wanted to see more from her. She is going to be in Radio Silence's Abigail movie. She is. So we're going to see at least one more film with her. And you know what? Radio Silence will have no problem hiring her because they've worked with her now 3 times. It's just from a PR perspective, I guess Spyglass thought that they couldn't handle it. Whatever. It's not as if it's somebody out there saying, Well, anyway, I've gone down that rabbit hole today. I don't need to go back down it. You guys know how I feel about saying that kind of stuff. But we'll have to see how that Abigail comes out because, or how it turns out. I like the trailer. I did. I like the trailer for Abigail. Um, and I think it's got promise. Uh, it's got Olivia Newton, right? So that's Melissa Barrera. Yeah, she's going to be a big star, man. There's something about just her visage. Could she be a Laura Croft? Maybe I don't know. Why not? Yeah. Despite the fact that Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania sucked, it's got Giancarlo Esposito in it. That's cool. There's Melissa Barrera. I thought she could have been like a Wonder Woman. She's not done because she's got directors like Radio Silence in her corner fighting for her. So she'll have her chances. It's not a scenario like Jonathan Majors or Ezra Miller. She's not like that. She doesn't hurt anybody. It's just PR stuff, right? There's people just didn't like what she said, but I'm thinking Abigail looks like it was an interesting concept. You can see that she's a vampire there, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And if this is the team that's going to be working towards more horror and stuff like that, Radio Silence, bring it on, man, bring it on. It looks cheeky, right? A little bit like Renfield. Like it's got like, yeah, it's a vampire, but it's also kind of like uh we're dealing with maybe the audacity of it. It's kind of like how do I articulate this? It's kind of like Renfield meets Let the Right One In. And if you know what the Let the Right One In is, I don't care about if you prefer the Swedish version or whatever. The story's still the same. It's kind of like that. And that's what I feel this one's going to be because, yeah, she's a vampire held up in this mansion, and she's got a suitor. I guess Giancarlo Esposito is the person that brings in these people to feed her, right? So it is a little bit like that. Let the Right One In. Uh, yeah. Well, I'll just see how that goes. Them signing a deal with them, why not? Bring it on. Good for them. That's all I've picked out for stories today, guys. So if there's anything that you want to talk about, let me know in the comments and we'll get to it. If I missed anything, let's go over to the Twitterverse, see if I missed any trending headlines here. David F. Sandberg to direct film adaptation Until Dawn. The heck is that? Until Dawn? Is that Hayden Panettiere? Until Dawn. Oh, video game. Okay. Oh, I saw this headline. I saw that it was a video game, so I kind of like a video game adaptation. I didn't pay it much mind. Okay. Paul Mescal and Ridley Scott wrapped up after wrapping Gladiator 2. So Gladiator 2 is wrapped. Good for them. Why is Mary Berg trending again? Are they? She's also somebody who fell into that trap where they're trying to get her fired because they don't like her for some reason. She's like a host. She started out on Master Chef Canada, I think. Let's see. And I don't know. She's got haters. 2 minutes reported those Mary Berg scam ads. Yeah, it was like a scam kind of thing. Is ashamed what the Ottawa Senators did last night. What they won. Senators have been on a roll, man. So it's just people being morons. Again, it's the trolls that get attached to a meme and bad things happen, right? You can't let them run with it. You know what you do? Man, they try to say there's a scandal. There's no scandal, guys. There's no scandal. This is what you do with them. in scenarios like this. You say, you were talking about Mary Bergen. What? Sorry? Nothing. Oh, let's move on then. There you go. That's all you do. Next, Ridley Scott's Gladiator 2 has concluded filming. Okay. Jacob Elordi is going to be hosting SNL. Really? Okay. What's this? USC Scripter Award nominations. Dune Part 1 is returning to IMAX theaters one night only in January 24th. We'll have a sneak preview of Dune Part 2. Okay, cool. We'll have to take a look for that. That's next week, huh? That's next week. Let's pull up the old schedule here. What didn't it say? January 24th. Wednesday. ISS, Mean Girls, Beekeeper, Book of Clarence. Not seeing it, guys. Well, I guess you have to go to the IMAX theaters, James. Could it be at Oakville? No. Does Courtney Park have a IMAX? Courtney Park's big. Huh. No, I'm not seeing it there. Let's go over to Landmark. Because that does have IMAX. The pseudo IMAX. Yeah, Oppenheimer. They're saying that Oppenheimer's there. Oh, it's not here. Well, they do have Godzilla -1. Is that going to be the black and white version? I don't know. Is there a list of towns that this is going to be playing in? Dune Part 1? All of Us Strangers, first trailer for Suncoast. Woody Harrelson has been released for Hulu. Laura Linney. Okay. HBO Succession. Jennifer Coolidge has been added to the cast of Minecraft. Can't complain about adding talent. She's a good talent. Julianne Moore stars as Mary Villers in Mary and George. Okay. The Vince Staples Show. New trailer for Jennifer Lopez's This Is Me Now, the film. What is this? Romance? Is this a movie? Like an action movie or a musical or semi-autobiographical movie with J-Lo? What the heck's going on with this? What is this? This is weird. Like there's like a motorcycle crash in water? Is it a music video? I don't know what the heck's going on. Wait, was that Fat Joe? Did I see Fat Joe? Thought I saw Fat Joe. Holy crap, what the heck was that dress? That's very revealing, isn't it? If you like thighs, then you might like that dress. So, it seems like it's a musical. This is her story. Okay. It's never enough for you. God, she's still stunning, isn't she? She's in her 50s now. A new musical experience. What the heck is that? Weird. It is Fat Joe, Trevor Noah. Ugh. Kiki Palmer, Sofia Vergara, Cole, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Ben Affleck. Like, I don't get this. Like, what's with the futuristic stuff? Uh, Heart Factory. So it's going to be like a bunch of music videos that sort of like her take on her perspective of her life or something. This is me now. Fascinating. When does it come out? Give me the date. February 16th. 2 days after Valentine's Day. Florence Pugh will appear in the music video Never Need Me, debuting tomorrow. Cool. What's she going to do? Dance? Sing? Please sing. BAFTA. Runtime for Doom Part 2 is 165 minutes. 165 minutes. So that's 2 hours and 45 minutes? Huh. 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's one movie about the length that I'm not going to complain about, because that's what I want to see. Why is Manoa trending? Did he get traded? Did we finally get rid of him? What's going on? Gossman, Bassett, Barrios, Kikuchi, and Manoa bounce back. Now we go. What the heck? That's obscene. Ugh. This is why I hate Twitter. First look at The Baddest Boy. Oscar nominations, it will be announced in 1 week, next Wednesday, guys. Should we do a live stream for my reaction to the Oscars announcements? Ava DuVernay's Origin. Looks like that's pretty much all I got, guys. Bunch of TV show stuff. Pedro Pascal, Kieran Culkin. Yeah, we talked about that enough. No snap. The Marvels is now available on VOD. Is it? Yeah, Oscars build-up would be cool. Well, then maybe I'll do a live reaction. I think I'm not working next Wednesday. I don't know, we'll have to see. Jenna Ortega teases that season 2 will lean more into horror. Good. Jenna Ortega says, I think each episode will probably feel a bit more like a movie, which is nice. Good. Like more episodic? I'd like a return to episodic kind of TV show telling. Not everything has to be long story arcs. Yellow Jacket season 3 will premiere in 2025. I do like the cast. I do. They got good chemistry. Well, and that's it for me, guys. The Emmy Awards happened. That's all for me today. I don't really have that much more to do. Not really. But how much time I got? I got about 5 minutes before I got to go down and get my laundry out. So, let's jam. I haven't done that in a while, right? I've been toying around with changing the key of a couple songs. that up, but whatever. It's just a jam. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for me today. I gotta go take out my laundry now and do some stuff. I seem to be none, and I rise to be undone, and all my feelings are gone. I thought I was strong. Something seems off with that. Well, I'll figure it out. Thank you for joining me, guys. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. I know I'm really busy tomorrow, and I may get out to see ISS tomorrow. ISS, but if not, I'll see it on the weekend. Why is ISS not playing? International Space Station, guys. It opens up tomorrow. Whoops. Opens up tomorrow. ISS. What are you doing? What? Book of Clarence? ISS, right there at the top, James. You missed it. ISS. Science fiction. Action. Maybe. I might get out to see the 7:30 show. It really depends on how I feel, because I got to get up early in the morning on Friday, so it really depends. It really depends. We'll see. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. See you next time. You're watching Mirror Domains.